Okay, so welcome back to another topic with regards to structural theory. So ang topic natin for today is approximate analysis of indeterminate frames. So bago tayo mag-start, so of course we need to define what is frames. So sabi dito, building frames are often consist of girders that are rigidly connected to columns so that the entire structure is better able to resist the effects of lateral forces due to wind and earthquake forces. So ibig sabihin, if we have interconnected girder at column, we can consider that as a framing system. Framing system are better able to resist lateral forces kasi nga it transfers its loading efficiently all throughout the structure. So kung ibig sabihin, kapag niloadan ko tong framing system ko, ita-transfer niya yan in each of member girders tsaka each of member column so that it can resist lateral forces. So, yun po yung frames, no? So, ngayon, bakit nga ba natin kailangan mag-approximate? So, mamaya, didiscuss natin. So, sabi dito, exact analysis of indeterminate structure involves computation of deflection and solution of simultaneous equation, so it can be quite time-consuming. Moreover, such an analysis depends on the relative sizes, cross-sectional areas, and or moment of inertia of the member of the structure. So, ibig sabihin, if we want to get the value for the exact analysis of a structure, kailangan natin computin yung deflection or displacement ng structure, as well as solving simultaneous equation. Bakit nga ba natin kailangan mag-solve ng simultaneous equation? Kasi po, class, if we are solving a framing system, the structure is probably an indeterminate structure. Ngayon, kapag indeterminate yan, syempre kailangan mo ng maraming unknowns or kailangan mo ng maraming equation for the marami ring unknowns. So ngayon, in order to solve that, kailangan mo mag-solve ng simultaneous equation. And that can be time-consuming. Plus, of course, initially, if you're designing a structure, wala ka pang idea what is the cross-sectional area na papasa, as well as the moment of inertia. So, every change mo ng cross-sectional area, every change mo ng moment of inertia, nag-change din yung ating deflection, nag-change din yung ating self-weight. Therefore, it can be time-consuming, especially if you're iterating sizes pa, no? So, ngayon, ginagawa natin tong approximate for that reason, no? Because of this difficulty associated with the exact analysis, the preliminary design of indeterminate structure are often based on results of approximate analysis, in which the internal forces are estimated by making certain assumption about the deformation or the distribution of forces between the member of the structure, thereby avoiding the necessity of computing deflection. So, ibig sabihin daw, in order to do approximate analysis, we will be making certain assumption which is based on deformation as well as stress distribution or forces distribution among each of the member of the structure. So, yun daw yung gagawin natin. Yung typical behavior ba ng structure, gagamitin natin yon para makapag-approximate. Okay? So, in approximate analysis, we're going to discuss two. So, approximate analysis due to vertical loads. Ano nga ba yung mga vertical loads natin? It can be either dead load or live load. Ngayon, meron din tayong approximate analysis due to lateral loads that can be either earthquake load or wind load, yung mga lateral load. Ngayon, under lateral loads, we have two methods, yung portal method and cantilever method, which we will discuss it further, no? Okay? Later on in the lecture. Okay? So, let's start siguro sa vertical loads and frames, no? So, ngayon, sa vertical loads and frames, again, like I said, we need to do certain assumption, no? Sabi dito, an exact analysis reveals that for this case of rigid support, inflection points or points of zero moment occur at 0.21 length from each support. So, ibig sabihin, if we have a girder supported by rigid members or rigidly connected to members, no? For example, merong girder tapos connected rigidly sa column. Ibig sabihin, kaya niyang mag-resist ng moment or fixed support. Kapag ganyan daw yung scenario, yung point of zero moment daw or yung point of inflection kung saan nagpapalit ng sign yung moment diagram natin from negative to positive or positive to negative or vice versa will happen at 0.21 or 21% ng length from the left support and right support. Okay? Ngayon, if however the column is the column connection at A and B are very flexible, ibig sabihin para siyang simply supported, na zero moment natin will occur at the support. So alam natin yan, no? Kapag nag-solve tayo ng shear and moment diagram, kapag sa simply supported beam, tapos loaded all throughout siya with a uniform load, ang zero moment natin will always happen at the support or point of inflection. So ngayon, we can create relationship between that. So paano tayo makapag-create ng relationship? So the moment diagram of a simply supported beam loaded all throughout is like this. Ito. Nakita niyo yung appearance? Siyempre, ang maximum moment natin is WL squared over 8. Ngayon, class, if we have a rigidly connected girder to the support, no? So, the moment diagram, like I said, is around 21% ng length, or yung point of inflection is around 25% of the length from the left support tsaka right support. And this is the appearance of your moment diagram. So, anong certain assumption ang gagamitin natin dyan? Since these are inflection points, so ito, inflection points yan, tapos ito, pin and roller. So, we can say that we can change this one, itong point na to. Tapos sabihin natin, pwede nating lagyan ng pin and roller yan. Kasi point of inflection naman yan tama ba? So, ngayon, pwede ako palang maglagay ng pin tsaka roller dito. Okay? Yun yung certain assumption na gagamitin natin para makapag-solve tayo ng indeterminate frame. So ngayon, kapag nilagyan ko ba ng pin tsaka roller yan, magiging determinate na yan? Of course. Kasi, kapag meron tayong fix, meron tayong 3 unknowns. Di ba meron tayong pin? So, another 2. So, 5 na. Ngayon, meron kang roller, 6. Ngayon, meron ka ulit fix, 3. So, ilan na yun? 9. And ang nangyari, naputol sa 3 segments ang ating girder. So, isang segment, pangalawa, pangatlo. Kasi nilagyan mo ng simply supported sa gitna So, anong mangyayari? We got 3n. So, 3n is 3 times 3, which is 9. And we have 9 unknown. So, therefore, this structure or this framing system will become statically determinate. Therefore, we can now solve the structure using equilibrium equation. So, yun po yung certain assumption natin. Again, yung point of inflection sa rigidly connected girder ay lalagyan natin ng simply supported or ng pin tsaka roller. Kasi nga, kapag flexible, yung pin tsaka roller, doon nangyayari yung point of zero moment or point of inflection din. Okay? So, ngayon, ayan, it is the point on the bending moment diagram where the bending moment changes the sign from positive to negative or vice versa. Okay? And then sabi dito, in reality, however, the column will provide some form of flexibility at the support, and therefore, we will assume that zero moments occur at the average point between the two extremes. So, therefore, yung 0.21, di-divide natin ng 2 from each support. Furthermore, an exact analysis of frames supporting vertical loads indicate that actual forces in the girder are negligible. Ibig sabihin, instead of using 21% ng length from the left support and right support, ang gagamitin natin is 10% ng left tsaka right. Doon tayo maglalagay ng pin tsaka roller. Bakit ganon? Kasi nga, hindi naman totally fixed yung ating column. It will provide some form of flexibility. So, kaya, dinidivide natin sa 2. So, meron tayo ditong 10% length, 10% length, pin, roller. So, of course, binawasan mo ng 20% yung length, yung natira sa gitna is 80%. Okay? So, ngayon, in summarize, ito yung ating 3 assumptions. So, sabi natin, there is zero moment in the girder, 10% of the length from the left support, and also there is zero moment in the girder, 10% of the length from the right support. And then number 3, the girder does not support any actual forces. Okay? So, ngayon, ito yung summarize. For example, we have a framing system, tapos we will solve it approximately due to vertical loads. So, ngayon, again, 10%, lagay kang pin and roller. Kapag tuloy-tuloy, ganun lang din gawin mo sa kabilang girder, no? Again, indeterminate pa rin yan kasi pinapalitan mo pa rin ng simply supported yung gitna. Okay? You don't need to worry. So, ganun lang din, ayan, no? Pinalitan lang natin ng pin tsaka roller. Okay? So, siguro, para mas maintindihan, let's try to solve some problems. Okay? Papalitan ko lang yung module. Okay, so let's try to solve problem number 1. So, sabi dito, solve the frame shown approximately. Determine the following. So, number 1, positive moment at girder EF. So, ito yon. maximum negative moment at girder EF, so ito rin yun, vertical reaction at point A, and the moment reaction at point B. So ito yung framing system natin. It consists of 2 floors. Tapos, dun sa 2 floors na yun, meron tayong uniform load na 15 kN per meter. So siguro, start tayo with the maximum positive moment at girder EF. So ito yung EF. So ngayon, as you can see, the moment diagram, if we have like that, no? The moment diagram of a rigidly connected member, no, is like this. Tama ba? Yung nakita nyo kanina. Ngayon, where does the maximum positive moment happen? Di ba sa center? Tama? So ngayon, ang gagawin natin, sukat tayo ng 10% ng length from the left tsaka sa right, tapos solvein natin yung moment sa gitna. Okay? So let's try that. So ngayon, gawa ko Oh, this is for number 1. You can skip this part, no, if medyo nagmamadali kayo. Okay? So, ayan na po ang ating framing system. Okay? Ito yung E. Ayusin natin. And then, this one is F. And then, don't forget the loading, no? Of course, we do have loading. Okay, so the length of this one is 10%. So ngayon, kung 10% yan, ito ay 80%. Tapos ito ay 10% din ng length. So ilan nga ba yung length? So the length is 5 meters. So ano ba yung 10% ng 5 meters? So 5 times 0.01. So that is, 5 times 0.1. That is 0.5. So, ito pala ay 0.5. Sorry. Wait lang. Ito ay 0.5. Ito ay 0.5. So, yung 5, binawasan mo ng dalawang 0.5, that is 1. So, probably yung nasa gitna is 4 meters. Okay? So, lagyan natin ng loading. So, ito ay 15 kilonewton per meter. Tapos ito, 15 kilonewton per meter, and then this one is also 15 kilonewton per meter. We're asked to find what is the value for the maximum positive moment. Again, the maximum positive moment happens at the midspan of the framing system dito sa gitna. Ibig sabihin dito, no? So of course, kailangan natin palitan yan ng simply supported beam or ng simply supported support, no? So ito ay magiging pin, ito ay magiging roller. So, para tayong may simply supported na merong length na 4 meters, tapos may uniform load na 15 kilonewton meters. So, ngayon, para mas maayos, siguro i-redraw ko. So, ito siya. So, we have here a pin, roller, this is 15 kilonewton per meter, and then this is 4 meters. Again, this one is just coming from this one. Inayos ko lang, no? Okay, so kapag meron tayong simply supported beams loaded all throughout, again, nakita nyo naman sa formula. So, the formula for that, yung kaninang pinresent ko So, for number 1, the formula for maximum positive moment is equal to WL squared over 8. So, yung W natin is equals to 15. And then, yung L natin is 4 squared over 8. So, ano kaya yung answer dito? So, 15, 4 squared over 8. So, that is 30 kilonewton meter. So, that is your answer for problem number 1, number 1. Ito, problem number 1, number 1. O, tama naman. 30 kilonewton meter. So, ang sunod, hinahanap yung maximum negative moment at girder EF. So ngayon, like I said, yung moment diagram nito is pa ganito. So ngayon, saan nangyayari yung negative moment? So probably dun sa left segment or sa right segment. Parehas lang naman, no? So siguro isolve na natin yung E, yung moment dito sa E para mas madalian tayo. Okay? You can solve E or F, it doesn't matter. Parehas lang yung lalabas. Parehas lang naman negative yan. Okay? Ina-isolate ko lang, ha? So this one is 15 kilonewton per meter. Okay? This is point E. Tapos hinahanap natin yung negative moment. So don't forget, of course, this is an internal pin tsaka internal roller. Ngayon, meron yan reaction. Tama ba? Meron yan reaction. So, tawagin natin R. Ngayon, yung reaction na yan, kailangan mo yan i-transfer sa kabila. Kasi internal yan eh. Hinati mo eh. So, nakapatong yan dito. So, kailangan yan i-transfer dito. Okay? So, magpapalit ako ng pen. This is due to the reaction of the middle part of the beam. So, yan yung R. So, ngayon, ano bang value niyan? Oh, we all know that the formula for that, or getting the reaction for a simply supported beam, is just WL over 2. So, ngayon, kuhanin natin, R is equals to WL over 2. So, that is 15 times 4 divided by 2. So, 15 times 4 is 60. Tama ba? 15 times 4, 60 divided by 2. So, that is 30. So, 30 din. 30 kilonewton. So, ibig sabihin, may 30 kilonewtons ka pala dito. Okay? So, yung 30 mo dito, itatransfer mo rin yan sa kabila. So, meron ka ditong 30 kilonewton. And then we have here also 30 kilonewton. Ganyan talaga kapag may internal pin tsaka internal roller. Okay? So, ito ay 30 kilonewton. Remember that this distance is around 0.5 meters. So, madali lang yan. Para makuha yung moment dyan, di mag-moment ka lang dito. Tapos, summation moment, no? O, tawagin natin tong ME. Okay? So, summation moment sa E equal 0. By the way, this is number 2. Clockwise, positive. So, therefore, ME. So, negative ME plus 15 times 4. Ay, 0.5 pala. Sorry. 0.5 times 0.5 divided by 2. And then plus 30 times 0.5. Okay? And then equal to 0. So ngayon, don't worry. Ang lalabas dyan, of course, is positive. But our moment is counterclockwise, which is negative talaga. Okay? Negative x plus 15. Positive yan lumabas sagot natin. Pero of course, alam naman natin na negative talaga yung sagot yan based on the moment diagram. Tinama ko lang yung sign convention. Okay? So the answer here is 16.875 kilo Newton. Okay ha, wag malilito ha, positive yung lalabas dyan. Pero counterclockwise nga ito. So dapat negative pa rin. Tinama ko lang yung ating assumption. Okay? So let's see if we're correct. So tama naman. Negative 16.875. So ngayon, yung number 3, determine the vertical reaction at point A. So ito yung point A natin. So paano natin ma-determine yung vertical reaction? Hatiin mo. Hatiin mo dito and then get the vertical reaction. Okay, paano yun? So this is number 2. And number 3, sorry. So sa number 3, kapag hinati ko yan, may ganito. Okay? Tapos lagyan natin ng loading. This is 15 kilonewton per meter. Okay? This is also 15 kilonewton per meter. Ay, sorry. Hindi ko pa nalagyan ng uniform load. And then, of course, we do have 30. No, yun dito. 30 kilonewton. And syempre, parehas lang yan sa baba, 30 kilonewton. Parehas lang naman kasi ng distance, no? So, ito rin, magiging ganito rin yan, and then ita-transfer mo din yung concentrated reaction sa left side tsaka sa right side. Okay? So, this is point E, tsaka C, tsaka A. Okay? So, this is point E, C, and then A. Ang hinahanap is vertical reaction sa A or AY. So ngayon, paano mo susolvein yung AY? E di summation forces vertical lang, no? So summation forces vertical equals 0, upward, positive. So therefore, what will happen? So we have, remember, this distance is 0.5. So ano mangyayari? So we have AY, positive kasi upward. So minus 15 times 0.5. Ngayon, multiply mo yan sa dalawa kasi dalawa up and down. So times 2 minus 30 kasi downward times 2 ulit kasi dalawa equals 0. So yung AY natin should be equivalent to 15, 0.5 times 2 plus 30 times 2. So 75 kilonewton. So, yung reaction mo sa point A is 75 kilonewton. Let's see if we're correct. O, tama naman. RA is 75 kilonewton. So, ngayon, pinapahanap ka rin ng moment reaction sa B. So, ngayon, i-drawing naman natin yung left side. Ay, yung right side. Sorry. Ito yung number 4. Okay, lagyan natin ng loading. 15. So, ngayon, lagyan natin ng concentrated loading. Again, meron din doon 30 ha. Kasi may roller din dyan. 30 kilonewton. 30 kilonewton. 136. Okay? And then, of course, lagyan natin ng support. And then, ang pinapahanap is MB. So, assuming natin this is MB, no? May vertical din dyan, pero hindi na natin sasolve kasi pinapahanap lang naman si MB. Again, this distance is 0.5 also. Ngayon, paano natin ito sasolve? E di mag-moment ka sa point B. Ito ay F. Ano yan? D ba ito? D. B. Okay? So, let's try. Summation, moment sa B, equals 0, clockwise, positive. So, what will happen? So, we have positive MB. And then, minus 15 times 0.5 times 0.5 over 2 times 2 kasi dalawa. And then, minus 30 times 0.5 times 2. Perpendicular distance ang sinusukat natin, no? So, perpendicular distance nito is of course 0.5. And then, equal mo yan sa 0. So, MB is equivalent to 33.75. kilonewton meter. Okay? So that's how we solve problem number 1. Let's see if we're correct. Correct naman. Okay? That's how we solve problem number 1. So don't worry, may problem number 2 pa tayo. So stay tuned with the next problem. Okay? Okay, so welcome back. So let's try to solve problem number 1. So sabi dito, determine approximately the internal moments and vertical reaction at A and B caused by the vertical loading. So we have here point A and point B. So by the way, yung vertical reaction sa point B is equivalent also yung vertical tsaka moment, no? Sa point C, ngayon yung A is also equivalent to D. Okay? So, don't need to solve the other two. So, basta alam mo yung symmetry. Kasi symmetric naman to eh. Parehas naman ng loading eh, no? So, ngayon, let's try to solve first the point A. So, sa point A, anong gagawin natin dyan? Again, hatiin natin. So, 10% lagyan mo ng pin, 10% lagyan mo ng roller. So, 10% lagyan mo ng pin, 10% lagyan mo ng roller. Pero, para mas malinaw, i-isolate ko na lang, no? So, bali mangyayari ganito. Okay? So, again, dahil meron tayong pin tsaka roller dito, so yung reaction niyan is maano natin, madadamay natin. Okay? So, i-drawing ko na lang din yung kalahati para mas maayos. So, we have here, pag ganito, pagpasensyahan nyo na yung drawing ko, ha? And then, let's write the pin. Tsaka column. Ay, pin tsaka column. Pin tsaka roller. So, you have your pin and a roller. Tapos dito ulit, pin. Dito ulit, roller. Okay? And let's write the loadings. Okay, the other one, the bottom. Okay? So ngayon, lagyan natin ng magnitude. Yung magnitude natin is 3 kN sa dito sa left side, tapos 5 kN sa baba. Okay? So 3 kN per meter. Ito din. Five kilonewton per meter. 5 kilonewton per meter. And let's write the distances. So ngayon, 10% ng 8 is 0.8. Tama ba? 8 times 0.1. Tama, 0.8. So ito ay 0.8 meters. So ngayon, 0.8 times mo sa 2, minus mo sa 8. 8 minus 2 times 0.8, so that is 6.4. Yung nasa gitna natin, ang distance nito, 6.4 meters. Ito, 0.8 meters. Of course, dito rin ay 0.8. Parehas lang naman sila. Ayan, 888. Okay? So, after that, siyempre, ganun din yung distance dito, no? 0.8 meters, 6.4 meters, and then 0.8 meters. So, ngayon, meron kang fix dito. Meron ka ding fix dito. This is your point A and point B. So, yung ibang point, wala na tayong pakialam doon. Ano mangyayari? So, of course, kailangan natin muna kuhanin yung reaction nito. Okay? So, tawagin natin sigurong R1. So, paano natin kukuhanin si R1? So, dito na lang. So, R1 is equivalent to WL squared, WL over 2. So, ano yung W natin? So, 3. L natin is 6.4. Divided mo sa, so, ilan kaya ito? 3, 6.4 divide 2. So, that is 9.6. So, this is 9.6 kilonewton. So, meron ka pala ditong 9.6 kilonewton. You also have here 9.6 kilonewton. Okay? So, after that, so, syempre, ilo-load natin yan dito. So, this is 9.6 kilonewton and also this one. So, ngayon, sa baba din. So, tawagin natin itong R2. R2 is equivalent to 5 times 6.4 divided by 2. Palitan mo lang ng 5 yung kinalculate mo kanina. So, that is 16. So, this is 16 kilonewton. 16 kilonewton. Ita-transfer mo yan sa kabila. So, meron ka ditong 16 kilonewton. And also this one, 16 kilonewton. Okay? We are now ready to calculate what is the vertical force and the moment. Okay? So, ibahin ko yung kulay. So, vertical force, A muna. So, AY. How do we compute for AY? Summation forces, vertical lang. So, summation, forces vertical. So, we have 9.6. Dito na lang ha. I-zoom in ko. Sana magkasya. Summation, forces vertical equals 0. Considering left side to ha, yung point A. Upward positive. So, ano mangyayari? So, we have 9.6 plus 16. Tama ba? Pero AY muna unahin natin. So, AY upward plus 16. Yung nasa taas plus 9.6. Sorry, minus pala yung dalawa. Kasi that is downward. So, minus, minus. No? And then, minus, ito, 3 times 0.8. And then, minus, 5 times 0.8. And then, equal mo yan sa 0. So, ano kaya ang value ng AY natin? So, 16 plus 9.6 plus 3. So, ang lumalabas na sagot sa akin ay 32. Let's see if we're correct. So, 32. Tama naman. So, 32 kilonewton. So, this is your first answer. How about the moment? As you can see, yung moment natin pa-clockwise. So, dapat, ang reaction natin is pa-counterclockwise. Ito, yung movement ng loading natin is pa-clockwise. Yung reaction is dapat pa-counterclockwise to resist that movement, no? So, ito, tawagin natin MA. So, to determine that, mag-moment ka sa point A. Okay? Summation, moment sa point A equal to 0. Clockwise. Sorry. Clockwise, positive. So, what will happen? So, we have negative MA kasi counterclockwise. Plus 16. Yung loading sa taas. Ito. Ito po na. 16 times 0.8 plus 9.6 times 0.8 also. And then plus, ano ba? 5 times 0.8. Centroid is 0.8 divide 2. And then plus 3 times 0.8. 0.8 divide 2. And then equal mo yan sa 0. Saan ang galing yung 3? Galing dito. Okay? So, ano kaya yung value ng MA natin? (16) 0.8 plus 9.6. Kung tama pagkakalkyo ko, ang lumalabas is 23.04 kilonewton meter. Okay, let's see if that is correct. 23.04. So, tama naman. Okay? So, ngayon next is the reaction at point P and the moment at point B. So, ngayon ito yan. So, kulang pa to. Siyempre, meron din tayong pin tsaka roller dito, di ba? Pin and roller. Siguro kailangan ko rin i-drawing yun para mas may imagine yun. Nandito pa yun eh. Okay? So, meron tayong pin and a roller. So, ganun din, meron tayong loading. 3 kilonewton per meter. And then, of course, kailangan din natin kuhaan yung reaction yan. Pero nasolve na natin yung reaction yan eh. 9.6 lang din yan. Ito rin ay 9.6. Paano ko nasabi? Kasi same lang sila ng distance, 8 meters, no? So, probably yung nasa gitna is 6.4 meters lang din. 9.6 kilonewton and then sa kabila may 9.6. Pero sulat ko na rin yung distance dito, no? So, this is 6.4 meters. Okay? So, now, how do we solve for the vertical reaction? E di pag-addit mo lang lahat ng nakikita mo. So, paano yan? So, ngayon, summation. So, of course, we do have here, no? By. Okay? Summation. Forces sa y equals 0 upward positive. Considering right side of the cutting plane. So, we have here 9.6, dalawa. Okay? And then, syempre, unahin muna natin si by. So, by upward, so positive. Minus 9.6. Dalawa times 2 mo. And then, we also have 16. So, minus 16 kasi downward. Minus the uniform loading, that's 3. Times dalawang 0.8, that's 1.6, no? So, 3. 1.6 meters. And then, we also have negative 5 times 0.8. And then, equal natin sa 0. So, yung by natin is equivalent to 5, 0.8 equals 0. 44, am I correct? So, 44. So, our by is equivalent to 44 kilonewton. So, this is our answer. Okay? So, how about the moment? So, ganun lang din. So, syempre, parang mas lamang yung papunta sa counterclockwise compare sa clockwise. So, probably yung reaction natin dito is clockwise. So, ilagay ko na lang clockwise. MB. And to solve that, summation moment sa bilang equals 0, clockwise, positive. So, what will happen? So, we have negative. Clockwise yan. So, positive, MB. Okay? And then, minus, unahin na natin to, 16 times 0.8. And then we also have the concentrated loading here. So, 9.6 minus 9.6 times 0.8. Tapos meron tayong concentrated loading dito. So, plus 9.6 times 0.8. And then, ano ba? Wala na. Uniform loading na lang. So, yung uniform loading natin is minus ulit ng 5 times 0.8. Centroid is 0.8 divided by 2. And then sa taas, we have 3 times 0.8 times 0.8 divided by 2. And then plus 3 times 0.8. 0.8 divided by 2 equals 0. So, saan nanggaling tong plus? Dito po yan. Kasi clockwise na yung movement niya from point B. So, itong positive na to, dito nanggaling sa right side. Itong negative na to, sa left side nanggaling. Okay? So, ngayon, itong dalawa, magka-cancel out. Itong dalawa, magka-cancel out din. So, ngayon, siguro baguhin natin yung panulat. This one and this one will become 0. Ito rin, tsaka ito. So, ano natira? Ito na lang. So, MB is equivalent to, so, 16, 0.8 minus 5. So, nakuha ko is 14.4 kilonewton. So, this is our answer for problem number 2. Let's see if we're correct. 14.4. Correct naman. So, that's how we answer problem number 2. Next topic, we will discuss the approximate analysis due to lateral load. So, stay tuned for that. Okay?